We're Autobots. We're from Cybertron, a planet far from Earth.
In the Legends Guild War for Optimus in January 2022, I was pretty excited about MS-B46 Light of Victory. But I had to cancel it at the last minute because Magic Square made a few pretty interesting mistakes. They first messed up the production process and made the repairing station with a mold flaw, and then they removed it completely from the final distribution, leaving the buyers dealing with the Optimus with the missing component. Well, it was bad comedy. But in my previous video, MS-B31 Hound really surprised me. So I changed my mind and ordered this incomplete Optimus 2.0. Let's talk about it. The box set is very much like the Golden Lagoon Optimus box. Nothing on the sides but a logo and some warnings on the back. Out of the packaging, there's a plastic tray that holds the figure, the trailer, roller, and there's the empty slot for the repairing station. The gun is exactly a smaller version of MP44's gun. Roller is pretty simple compared to what I'm used to. It is made out of light gray plastic. There's a painted red light, 6 hard plastic wheels tapped on, rolls smoothly. Flipping out this round peg to connect roller to the trailer, either on the front or on the trailer hitch. The trailer is also made out of light gray plastic, just like Roller. 2 stripes painted silver, and some taillight details, and that's it. The door opens and the ramp slides out. There are 2 props to support the trailer on the front. And these 2 side pieces move on a hinge, and the end support slides down. Rubber tires rolls okay. The trailer is held together by 2 round pegs. And on the inside, there are some molded details, also no paint. Besides these standard items, there are 3 other bags in the box. In the first bag, there's the instruction sheet, 33 steps. And there's the collector card, hard plastic, with Optimus holding Magic Square's logo. And a sheet of stickers. It pays homage to the 80s but doesn't have the best print. It looks blurry. In the second bag, there's the injection mold with 6 extra pairs of hands. Besides the gun holding hand that come with the figure, there are a pair of pointing hands, a pair of fists which also hold the gun, a pair of open palms, a pair of karate chopping hands, a pair of opening the matrix hands, and a pair of push-up hands, which require the assembly of a separate hinge. For cartoon characters, hands are as expressive, if not more than the face, especially for a character with a face mask, so I'm very glad there are plenty of options. And in the last bag, there's everything else. The jetpack is made out of nylon. It fits pretty snugly on the back, and the grid thrusters are ball jointed so they can move around a little bit, and there are 2 blasting effects provided for it. The energon axe has a ball joint end, so it mounts just like a hand. Here's another blasting effect for the gun, interchangeable with the other 2. There are 2 extra smokestacks for the truck mode. They could be extended, but since the original smokestacks are just too tight to get pulled out, I don't recommend using them. And then there's the black piece for connecting Magic Square Huffer with the trailer. And lastly, 2 replacement heads. One is the battle damage head, pretty much inspired by MP-44. And the other one is the Starscream head and also the shoulders. The shoulder pieces clip on the back. And again, I failed to take the head off the ball joint. It's just too scary to apply that much force on such a small ball joint, so I don't recommend replacing them either. Open up the chest to access the matrix, silver edge, golden core, which has only one side painted blue. When I first got this guy out of the box, I was stunned. The promo photos do bring how does it look, but not how does it feel. I get that dopamine rush when I hold this little guy. It's just indescribably satisfying having that contrast of holding a figure that is almost identical to MP-44, but way much smaller. Here's a side-by-side photo comparison with MP-44. From the front, the proportion is very close. B-46 has slightly beefier limbs and a larger gun, but for the side profile, B-46 has a cleaner back, and also it does not have that gap between the bottom of the leg and the heel on MP-44, so generally it looks better from the side. After fumbling with this little guy for a while, I realized that it serves a very different purpose from my masterpiece figure. This Optimus is meant to be played with. I get to pocket this guy anywhere I want to go. It's not brittle, it does not break easily, and most importantly, I can flip between modes in minutes, and I enjoyed it. It's a toy again. It's fun to play. The figure measures about 4.5 inches or 11.5 centimeters tall, and it does scale with new age figures, but not of the same style. The overall build quality of the figure is good, all joints are tuned pretty tight to hold poses. Texture-wise, nylon has a very different look than painted plastic or die-cast metal parts. It offers a very soft and creamy look. Compared to the more premium-looking figures, Magic Square Optimus has a very strong cartoony feel to it, which is what they're going for. And of course, it comes with the downside of nylon. There are fuzzy edges here and there, especially more pronounced on the red parts. Also, there's very limited paint on the figure. The head crest is painted gray, the eyes are painted metallic blue, which catches light pretty nicely, yellow on the lights and waist, silver on the smokestacks, abs, and the gas tank, and some blue and red on the back of the waist. From the transformation sequence of this guy, we could see the accumulated design decisions from the journey of designing an Optimus. The engineering traces back to MP1, MP10, Magic Square Optimus 1.0, and MP44. And of course, there were new design decisions and innovations from MS Toys. This little guy received so much inspiration from the great Optimus figures that we love. For the truck mode, I think this is what they're trying to recreate, the original G1 cartoon character design. And it does a great job capturing the essence, especially the proportion of the semi and the length of the trailer. Vintage G1 carriers are fantasies, and this one, carriers are memories. Man, it doesn't go more G1 than this. The details on the truck are decent. Paint on the windshield, the wiper blades, headlights and taillights, front bumper, gas tanks, and the gray stripes. The door opens, clever design. It doesn't need any adjustment to get all 6 wheels touching the ground. The hitch is on the trailer and it connects to the truck via 2 tabs, and it gives the truck a pretty good range for turning. Overall, a pretty nice truck. The articulation of this guy is insane for a Transformer figure, or any figures of this size that I have. It's far superior to most Legend and even Masterpiece figures. It's just fun and effortless to put him into any Optimus poses like pointing, jumping, flying, kneeling, smashing, or lighting up our darkest hour. The head is on the ball joint that goes all the way up, and it offers a slight downward movement, kind of important for Optimus. The shoulder is on the hinge that goes all the way around, a small back and forth range, and it lifts over 120. 360 bicep cut, single jointed elbow that goes over 90, and due to transformation, it also swings outward 90. The hand rotates, 360 rotation on the waist, and this connecting lever can be used to bend the figure forward and backward. To lift the legs, the side skirt needs to be moved outward so that the front piece has room to go into the waist. The leg goes forward about 120, almost no backward movement, and it goes outward over 100. Here's the thigh rotation, double jointed knee that goes almost 180. There's a single ball joint as the ankle, providing a decent range to move the feet forward, backward, wiggle side to side, and inward about 90. So overall, this Optimus got the right sculpt, fun transformation, great alt mode, and amazing articulation. Putting all these into such a small package, well, I don't think anything beats it. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.